Hello, beautiful Leo, and welcome to your general guidance for September 2025 with me, Julie Poole. Hello, welcome or welcome back. Thanks for being here. It's tea and tarot time with Julie. Grab yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee, glass of wine, whatever it is that you want. Get yourself comfy. Get your feet up. Let's have a little look what's going on for my Leos for September 2025. All right, so this is your general guidance. Take the bits that resonate, leave the rest. Everything you need to know is in the description box below. Okay, cards I use, my website, my free newsletter if you want to sign up for that. Ways to support my channel for those of you who want to do a little bit more, but just watching is enough. Okay, all right, my beautiful people, let's have a little look. Okay, so we've got the King of Swords, the Emperor, the Star, Eight of Swords, Knight of Wands in the centre, that's an action card, Queen of Cups, Judgment, Three of Cups, and Temperance. Okay, so we've got four major arcana cards here. Now, everybody is getting a message about action this month, all right? This is not a month to be passive and sort of wait for it to come. This is a month of I need to take action. Everybody's got the action sort of energy, but each sign has got it in a little different way, okay? Let's find your affirmation for the month of September. Now, September is important. It's a big month because we've got eclipses, and they always signify kind of the openings up, you know, eclipsing out something, opening up something new. There's a lot of energy in September. Okay, so let's find out what your affirmation is. All right, these are mine from Hoping to Having, and you have: I trust that life will move me into exactly the right place at exactly the right time. So you're in the flow here, in trust, okay? So something is shifting and you're trusting in that divine timing. Let's get your theme, all right? This is the wisdom of the oracle. What's the theme for my Leos, please? Did you have a lovely birthday time, my Leo sons? Did you enjoy your birthday? Let me know in the comments if you had a good time. All right, for my Leos, please. Truth be told. Okay. Oh, they want a second one. Okay. I thought we were doing one, but apparently not. We're having two. Tell me more then for my Leos. What else did you want to tell them? A change in the wind. Doesn't surprise me. That's come out a couple of times already. So as I said, September is a big month of change because eclipse season. We've also got two moons in the same month in Virgo, kind of one at the end of August and one before we go into Libra season. Go and watch your favourite astrologer to find out more about that side of things. But what I do know, and Spirit confirm, that we kind of been building up to this in September, all through the summer, or winter for my beautiful people down south, that we are moving towards this kind of cracking open, opening things up. So it's an action time. We've got change wanting to come in. A change in the wind is a change of direction, all right? Something blowing out so that something new can come in. Now, we want to be trusting that the universe is moving you in the right place at the right time, okay? But we've got to take action on it. Now, part of that action is this truth be told. This is a number 14, okay? Number 14, let me show it you a bit closer. Wait a minute. There's Mr. Owl holding open the window. Number 14, that's a 5. 5s are about change. And he's standing on the mask. Okay, so it's time to drop the mask. It's time to, you know, no more Mr. Nice Guy, Miss Nice Girl. This is about, it's not that I'm being horrible, but if I kind of been glossing over things and saying, you know, your typical example, how are you? I'm fine. Are you really fine? Not really, no, but I didn't want to tell you about it. Now I'm telling you about it. Now I'm going to speak my truth. I'm not okay with this or that, or these are my desires or wishes. It doesn't just have to be things that are negative, like I want to share with you that I'm feeling lost, or I'm feeling bad about this, or I'm upset about that. Yes, it can be those things. But it can also be, I want to share with you my dreams and aspirations. I've got these ideas and I want to get them out and I want to express them and I'm going to speak my truth. That mask drop-in is basically saying it was all going on underneath, but perhaps I wasn't ready to share that information yet, and I am now. Or perhaps it just didn't feel the right time, and now it does, because we've got this card of life moving you into the right place at the right time. They're giving me the example, you know, when you want to have a conversation with somebody, we need a word. Let's talk. Those famous words, we need to talk. It's like, oh God, what have I done? That kind of thing, you wait for the right time, don't you? You know, there's sometimes never a right time, but there's very often a wrong time. You know, let's not discuss this while you're tired and stressed. Let's wait until you feel a bit better and then we're going to sit down and discuss this. But it does need to be discussed, whatever it is for you, because that talk, that truth, is going to bring in this change. So the action, Mr. Action Man there with the Knight of Wands, is about drop the mask. What do I really feel? What do I really want? Let's express it. Let's share it. Let's talk. Okay. So the central card is the most important in the reading because it influences everything. The way I read. All right. It's not the way other people read. It's the way I read. The Knight of Wands is an action card. All knights are action. But the Knight of Wands is very dynamic, very determined, very assertive, very... I'm doing this. I'm not hesitating. I'm not backing down. I need to do this, whatever this is for you. Okay, so there's action needed. Now, sometimes we want to be more of a passive receiving energy, and other times we need to just really get on with taking that action. And that's the month of September. Action, action, action. Okay, so let's have a look what we're taking action on. So we've got the truth, which we know, so that the change can come in. Now we're starting with the King of Swords. So this is very intelligent, logical energy that is all about clarity and focus. You know, sometimes we get really foggy and we can't see clearly. When we get into the King of Swords, it's like the fog clears. It's like, right, I'm figuring it out. I'm using my own sense of intelligence and logic and clarity and focus, and I'm really focused on what I want, what is going on. Now we can also open up for that focus and clarity and expertise to come in from somebody else. This could be somebody like a realtor if I'm trying to sell my house, or a lawyer if I've got some legal action going on, or a recruiter if I want to get a better job. It's going to an expert. Now that could be the action for some of you, bringing in an expert to help you get unstuck, because we've got the Eight of Swords underneath it, which is a card of feeling stuck and trapped, right? She's in the bubble and she's naked, which represents her vulnerability, her openness. I've got nothing to hide here, but I do feel really stuck. So what are we stuck on? Because it's rooted down with the Judgment card, which is a rising up from the ashes, a rebirth, a fresh start, that change that wants to come in. So what am I stuck on or with? And what help can I get, either from inside me or outside me? So that King of Swords, that could be you tapping into your own logic and saying, do you know what, I'm going to read that book on that thing because it's really going to help me, right? I might be reading a book on the law of attraction or abundance or wealth, or I'm going to a video that I'm going to watch, and it's going to give me that clarity that I can see clearly now what I need to say, what I need to do. But it's very much about expressing. So I need to say, I need to speak. And so it could be sending an email, making a phone call, but it is reaching out, because there is some level here of information, knowledge, expertise that I want to gather. So, he's very logical. He's not kind of mushy-gushy emotional. He's like, these are the facts. This is what you need to do. Right, so this can be from within you, that information coming up. So I want you to look at where you feel stuck. Okay, it could be stuck within your health, within your energy, within your belief systems. It could be stuck in a job. I've been trying to get promoted forever and it's not happening, or I've been trying to get a different job and it's not happening. So for me to rise up, okay, because we've got the Judgment card here. We're rising up into a rebirth. I need to tap into that expertise, right? So that can be within me. What am I not doing that I could do? What could I change? If I keep applying for the same job in the same industry and it's not happening, what's my truth about this? You know, perhaps it's time for me to move on to something different. And so that's why it's not happening. Perhaps, there's some part of my resume and my CV that just isn't hitting where it needs to hit. And with a bit of help from an expert that can polish my CV, then I can start getting those interviews. Perhaps this is, they're giving me the example of coaching, okay? This could be a coach, because the King of Swords is an expert in their field, all right? So what do I need? Where can I access it? And is this within me that I can tap into, or is this I need to go elsewhere, to somewhere else, someone else? But I want to get unstuck. So is this about my money? Is this about my career? Is this about my health? Is this about my marriage, that it's stuck, it's not going anywhere? Perhaps we want to go into couples therapy. It's whatever it is for you that feels stuck and stagnant. It is time for that to clear, for you to be able to move on. But we need to take action on it. It's not going to clear by itself. So we need to speak our truth, and we need to allow the change. Okay, because very often we want the change, but we don't want to do anything to get the change, or we don't want it to change too much. We try to control. I'll change it a little bit, but not too much. It's like, rather than just let go and allow it to be whatever it is, which is what we've got here. I trust that life will move me into exactly the right place at exactly the right time. So this is very much about timing. And September is the time of whatever was stuck wants to break open, break free. If you've been waiting on something for years and years and years, and this is the month where it can finally break free. So we're taking the action to make that happen from a place of power. We've got the Emperor here. So Leo, you're in your Emperor energy. This is power and powerful. What am I doing? The I energy is the Emperor, to say, what am I building for my foundation? Am I in this energy of strength and power? Am I in this energy of this is my life and I am in control? Control, they hate the word control. I am the master of my destiny. They're happy now. Okay. I am the master of my destiny. Comment that below. Okay. That's a beautiful, they just gave me those words. It's a beautiful energy. You are the master of your destiny. You're taking action on it, and it's making you feel very happy. We've got the Three of Cups here, which is a card of celebration and good news. It's also a card of having some fun. Okay, because we want to balance this all up, don't we? This is like, get in my head, think it all through, go and speak to this expert. It's all kind of intense, logical, intelligent work. But now we want to balance it up with, I'm going out with my friends for a drink and a dance, and we're going to have some fun, and we're going to go to this comedy show, and we're going to have a laugh, okay? Because this is fun and play in a celebratory way. So there's something to celebrate here. Because why? Because we're getting out of this stuck space, because we're finally speaking our truth, because we're allowing this change that we want to come in. And that feels so good. And then look at this final row. I mean, the feminine energy in this is massive. So male or female, don't worry about that. But we've got a lot of very strong energy here, okay? That the Star, the Queen of Cups, and Temperance. This is all about balance and dreams and wishes and aspirations, and coming from the heart, from a place of loving compassion. So the Star is your hopes, wishes, dreams. It's about healing and balancing and bringing your light up to the surface so that your light can shine brightly. Shine brightly like the star that you are, Leo, and do it from a place of love. The Queen of Cups, or the Queen of Hearts, very loving, gentle, compassionate. She's no pushover because she's a queen. She knows who she is. Yeah, she's royalty. But she doesn't no tears and tantrums. It's all very calm. It's all very compassionate and gentle and flowing and intuitive. What does the heart say? What does the heart want? I'm letting my heart guide me towards my balance. The temperance card here is all about harmony and balance and moderation. So where things have been off or things have been out of balance, we're bringing them into balance now, and we're allowing the heart to lead that, to guide it. We're listening to that kind of intuition and the timing, that the life is moving me in the right place. So this could be literally, you bump into somebody you haven't seen for ages and they tell you something that gives you that aha moment, that clarity. It might be somebody you haven't seen for years, and it just is something that helps you realize how far you've come and how far you've grown. And that in itself is enough for that light within you to really start shining. We are in that truth energy to grow and expand. So there's a shift here from what we're stuck into it all freeing and balancing up, so that over the next 6 months, right, because the next big date the astrologers are talking about is February the 14th. There'll be other stuff going on in between, of course there will, but there is this big shift from September, it opening up, and then this kind of completion of that around Valentine's Day, middle of February. It's like that bit's done now. Now we can fully step into this new higher vibrational energy. But September is where it's cracking open. But we are in this action to make that happen. Okay? All right. Yes, they want me to clarify a couple. Okay, let's have a look at that Eight of Swords. What's the advice on that Eight of Swords, please? Which is the card of feeling stuck. It's the minor arcana equivalent of the devil, okay? So we've got the Knight of Coins, the Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. Interesting. So, as I said, Knights are action. So we've got the Knight of Wands. Now we've got the Knight of Coins and the Knight of Swords. So this is all action energy. So the Knight of Wands is taking action in terms of your power and your energy and feeling empowered and determined. The Knight of Coins is I'm taking action on my long-term stability and security and financial kind of rock underneath me. And the Knight of Swords is I'm communicating it clearly. All right, I'm sending emails, I'm applying for jobs, I'm sending emails to lawyers. I'm taking that action, and I'm doing it from a place of absolute clarity. We've got the King and the Queen of Swords now. Mr. and Mrs. I can see clearly now. Okay, so in order to get out of this Eight of Swords, we're taking action from a place of truth, of clarity. She's also, the Queen of Swords is also Queen of Truth. Now we've got truth to be told, okay? So we're speaking our truth. We're clearing the blocks. What is blocking me? Is it my own beliefs? Is it my own limitations? Why do I believe that? Why do I think that? What can I do about it? So there's a little bit of work, if you like. It's action. This is not a month to be passive. This is a month of, right, what do I want? Where am I going? Why do I get on with it? Okay? All right, let's finish off with an angel message or two. What do the angels want to add, please? That truth, they're saying that truth is so important. Be truthful. Right, we've got joy. We've got the Three of Cups here. As you speak your truth, you rise up into this higher vibration of joy, happiness. Where's my happiness? What's blocking my happiness? What can I do about it? Where is the joy in life? Is it drudgery? Is it all hard work and no play? Let's find the joy. Let's bring the joy. That's what the balance is here. This rebirth with the Judgment card, which is kind of a rising up like the phoenix out of the ashes, rising up from this stuck space, from a place of truth and action, and stepping into the joy and the happiness, making sure my life is balanced. You can work hard and then you can play hard. They just given me the example what I've just done. I've just done 4 or 5 readings, and then I went and had a break, and I sat for 10 minutes with my cup of tea watching comedy videos on my phone, scrolling through some comedy videos, laughing and chuckling, and that just balanced up the focused intention of, you know, when I'm doing these readings, I'm concentrating so hard, it tires my brain sometimes. So going and laughing is beautiful medicine to balance it up, and then I could go again. Yeah, do you see what I mean? So where is the balance for you? We're trying to get into this joy. And so what blocks my joy? What stops my joy? What can I do about it? What am I doing about it? Let's see what else they want to say. Transformation. There we are, right? So we have this beautiful transformation where all that was stuck. Let me get it to focus. Do you see the net around her? Very like the Eight of Swords, yeah? Feeling stuck, feeling trapped, but she's transforming, she's releasing. And the butterflies represent that transformation. She is releasing up and out any of those restrictions, because it's only in your mind when you say, I can't, it won't work, and it's impossible, and oh, they wouldn't like it, and that's all in your mind, all right? And we've got mind energy. Let's shift it to, why can't I? Yeah, of course I can. What help do I need? Who might help me with that? Let's go and talk to my friends about it and have some fun, and then the answers can come. So we're taking that action so that we can transform that which was stuck is opening up. Okay? All right, my beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading for September. I hope it was helpful. If it was, do me a favour, drop me a comment or like it or share it. And if you haven't yet, think about subscribing. It's completely free, you know. And I will see you. I'll be back Friday, of course, with a collective reading, but I'll be back probably around the mid-month with a bonus reading for you then. In the meantime, I'm going to pop up here the playlist for this general tarot and also your money and career. If it doesn't say Leo, don't worry, it's the playlist. They'll all be on there, okay? All right, I'll see you next time. Take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.